Ever wondered how to make the perfect garlicky mashed potato cake? Well, simmer down your curiosity because today we're diving into the delightful world of this comfort food favorite. We'll guide you through each step, unfolding the layers of flavor and texture that make this dish so irresistible. From choosing the right potatoes, to mastering the garlic infusion, and finally cooking up the perfect potato cake, we've got you covered. So, buckle up your apron strings and stay tuned to discover the secret to a mouth-watering and fluffy garlicky mashed potato cake. To start, gather all necessary ingredients. First up, we have potatoes, the star of our dish. Their starchy, fluffy texture forms the perfect base for our mashed potato cake. We recommend using russet or Yukon Gold for the best results. Next, we have garlic. This humble ingredient is going to infuse our potato cake with a robust and tantalizing aroma. Fresh garlic cloves are the way to go here. They'll provide a punchier flavor compared to pre-minced or powdered versions. Then, we have butter. This golden delight will enrich our mashed potatoes, making them creamy and luscious. Make sure to use unsalted butter so you can control the saltiness of your dish. Speaking of creamy, we also need cream. A splash of heavy cream will take our mash to new heights, adding a luxurious richness that's hard to beat. What's a potato cake without a crispy exterior? That's where the oil comes in. A little vegetable oil will help us achieve a beautifully golden and crisp crust. Finally, we have the seasonings, salt and pepper. These two will enhance the natural flavors of our ingredients and tie everything together. Remember, it's always best to season to your taste. So let's run through that list one more time. Potatoes, garlic, butter, cream, oil, salt, and pepper. Once you've gathered all these ingredients, you're ready to get started. First off, we begin with the potatoes. Our star ingredient, the humble potato, requires some simple yet essential steps to ensure it lends itself perfectly to our garlicky mashed potato cake. The first thing we'll need to do is peel the potatoes. Now, you might be tempted to leave the skin on for some extra texture, but for this recipe, we're aiming for a smooth, homogeneous cake, so we'll need to peel them. Once our potatoes are peeled, it's time to give them a good wash. Washing potatoes isn't just about getting rid of any lingering dirt, it's also about washing off the excess starch, which can otherwise lead to a gummy, sticky mash. So, run them under cold water until the water runs clear. Next up is boiling the potatoes. This is where the magic starts to happen. Fill a pot with enough water to cover the potatoes, add a pinch of salt, and bring it to a boil. Now here's the key. We don't want our potatoes to be too hard or too soft. We're aiming for that sweet spot where they're just soft enough to be easily mashed but still hold their shape. This is crucial to achieving the perfect texture for our potato cake. A good rule of thumb is to cook the potatoes for about 15 to 20 minutes after the water starts boiling. But remember, every potato is unique, and cooking times can vary. The best way to check is to pierce a potato with a fork. If it goes in with little resistance, then it's done. Once boiled to perfection, drain the potatoes and let them cool down for a bit. This cool down period allows the excess moisture to evaporate, ensuring our mash won't turn out too watery. With the potatoes perfectly boiled, we can move on to the next step. Now that we've laid the groundwork, we're ready to infuse our potatoes with that delicious garlic flavor. But that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned. Now, it's time to prepare the garlic mixture. When it comes to enhancing the flavor of our mashed potato cake, garlic plays a crucial role. It's a simple ingredient, but its impact is profound. To start, we'll need a few cloves of garlic. The quantity depends on your preference, but a rule of thumb is to use about 1 clove per potato. First, we're going to peel the garlic cloves, then we'll finely mince them. Remember, the finer the mince, the more intense the flavor. Once minced, set the garlic aside for a moment. Next, let's turn our attention to the butter. Butter not only adds a luxurious creaminess to our dish, but also serves as the perfect carrier for our garlic. We'll need about 1/4 stick of butter. Cut it into small cubes and place it in a small saucepan. We're going to melt it over medium-low heat. As the butter begins to melt, it's time to add our minced garlic. Stir it into the butter, allowing the flavors to meld. Keep the heat low. We don't want the garlic to burn, just to gently cook and infuse its flavor into the butter. Once the garlic is lightly golden and fragrant, we're going to add cream. The cream, about 1/4 cup, adds a velvety smoothness to our garlic mixture. Pour it into the saucepan and stir everything together. Now, let's season: a pinch of salt, a touch of pepper, and if you're feeling adventurous, a sprinkle of your favorite herbs. Stir everything one last time, and let it simmer for a minute or two until all the flavors have married together. Voila! We've just created a beautiful garlic mixture. It's creamy, it's garlicky, and it's going to make our mashed potato cake taste like a dream. Now that our garlic mixture is ready, we're one step closer to our final product. Next, we'll combine our potatoes and garlic mixture. The moment has arrived to unite these two elements and create the base for our garlicky mashed potato cake. This fusion of flavors is where the magic truly begins. Start by mashing your potatoes. You can use a traditional potato masher or a fork. The goal is to achieve a smooth consistency, but don't worry about a few lumps here and there. They will add a lovely rustic touch to our cake. Remember, this dish is all about comfort and homeliness, so perfection is not the aim here. Now let's bring in the star of our show, the garlic mixture. It's been simmering away, becoming more flavorful with each passing minute. Its aroma is simply irresistible. Pour this golden elixir over our mashed potatoes. Watch as it cascades, coating the potatoes with its rich, garlicky goodness. It's time to mix. Use a spatula or a wooden spoon and gently fold the garlic mixture into the potatoes. You want to infuse every bit of potato with that garlicky flavor. As you stir, you'll notice the potatoes changing color, absorbing the golden hues of the garlic mixture. This is a clear indication that our base is coming together nicely. Once you've achieved a uniform mix, give it a quick taste. Adjust the seasoning if necessary. Perhaps a bit more salt or a touch more pepper. This is your garlicky mashed potato cake after all. Make it to your liking. Take a moment to admire your work. The base for our cake is now ready. It's a beautiful blend of simplicity and flavor, a testament to the magic that can happen when we combine humble ingredients with love and care. With the base ready, it's time to cook our garlicky mashed potato cake. The anticipation is building, isn't it? Well, hold on to your spatulas, because the best is yet to come. Finally, it's time to cook our garlicky mashed potato cake. Now the waiting is over. We're going to transform this mixture into a golden, crispy, and aromatic potato cake. Let's start by preheating the skillet over medium heat. You want it nice and hot, but not smoking. A non-stick skillet is preferred here to ensure our potato cake doesn't stick or burn. Next, we'll add a generous dollop of butter. As it melts and begins to sizzle, it's time to introduce our potato mixture. Carefully scoop it into the pan, spreading evenly with a spatula. It should sizzle as it hits the pan. That's the sound of deliciousness in the making. Patience is key here. Allow the potato cake to cook undisturbed for about 5 to 7 minutes. This will give it time to form a beautiful golden crust. Resist the urge to peek or poke. We don't want to disrupt the cooking process. Once you're confident the bottom is golden brown, it's time for the tricky part, flipping the potato cake. If you're feeling brave, you can try to do it in one swift motion, or you can cut it into quarters for easier handling. Cook for another 5 to 7 minutes until the other side is equally golden and crispy. And voila! You've just cooked a garlicky mashed potato cake that's crispy on the outside, creamy on the inside, and bursting with flavor. There you have it, the perfect garlicky mashed potato cake. Let's quickly recap the steps. We started by preparing the potatoes, followed by cooking up a delightful garlic mixture. Then, these two were mixed together to create a wonderfully aromatic blend. Our next step was to cook this mix into a mouth-watering potato cake. And there you have it, a simple step-by-step guide to making a garlicky mashed potato cake. So go ahead, give it a try and enjoy the burst of flavors. Enjoy your delicious garlicky mashed potato cake. Thank you for watching.